You have made us for yourself, O Lord, and our hearts are restless until they rest in you. This is St. Augustine of Hippo. Long before he was called a saint, a bishop, or a doctor of the church, Augustine of Hippo was a restless soul. Born in 354 AD in the small North African town of Tagaste, the modern-day Algeria, Augustine's early life was marked not by piety, but by passion, ambition, and contradiction. He was a man of brilliance and excess, drawn as much not to philosophy as he was to pleasure. Yet, it is precisely this deeply human journey, from confusion to clarity, from sin to sanctity, that makes Augustine one of the most relatable and revered figures in Christian history. Raised by a devout Christian mother, Monica, and a pagan father, Augustine was exposed early on to two worlds, one of Christian virtue and one of worldly ambition. Though Monica prayed fervently for her son's conversion, Augustine strayed far from her teachings. He pursued rhetoric and philosophy with intensity, studying and eventually moving to Rome and Milan. During this time, he lived with a mistress, fathered a son out of wedlock, and flirted with various belief systems, most notably a dualistic religion that offered tidy answers to complex questions of good and evil. Still something gnawed at him. Augustine's intellectual journey eventually brought him under the influence of Ambrose, the Bishop of Milan. It wasn't just Ambrose's eloquence that moved him. It was the realization that Christianity, far from being intellectually shallow, offered profound answers to life's deepest questions. Then came the moment that changed everything. One day, racked with inner turmoil, Augustine retreated to a garden to weep. He heard a child's voice chanting, "Take and read." Interpreting it as a divine instruction, he opened a nearby Bible to Romans chapter 13, verses 13 to 14, which spoke directly to his struggles with lust and excess. That moment marked his full conversion. He was baptized in 387 alongside his son by Bishop Ambrose. His mother, Monica, died shortly after, her prayers finally fulfilled. Returning to North Africa, Augustine was ordained a priest and eventually became Bishop of Hippo. But he wasn't content with simply leading a diocese. He wrote prolifically, taught tirelessly, and fought beliefs that threatened the unity and theology of the early church. His major works, including Confessions and The City of God, are cornerstones of Western philosophy and Christian theology. Confessions is a brutally honest spiritual autobiography, while The City of God defends Christianity in a time of political chaos after the fall of Rome. Augustine's theology emphasized grace, the deep mystery of human freedom and divine will. His thoughts would echo through the centuries, influencing theologians like Thomas of Aquinas, Martin Luther, and even modern thinkers. Augustine died in 430 AD as the city of Hippo was under siege. His writings survived the fall of empires. Today, he is recognized as the Doctor of the Church, a title given to saints of extraordinary learning and sanctity. But beyond the titles, Augustine remains a saint for the seekers, for the restless, the intellectuals, the skeptics, and the sinners. His journey reminds us that even the most wayward souls are never too far from grace. Saint Augustine of Hippo, pray for us.